Another stock in focus which is planning on fundraising. Royal Orchids met today, the board met today, and the stock's doing well, up around 4%. The management is here with us, Keshav, Baljee. Hi Keshav, thanks for joining in. What sort of fundraising have you approved? And the quantum?
Yes, the board today has passed an enabling resolution, of course subject to our AGM approval, to raise up to 150 crores in NCDs, warrants, equity shares, preference shares, or a combination of all of the above through QIP mode. So obviously the upper limit is about 150 crores at this point of time.
Keshav, how much of this would be equity? I'm only trying to get an idea of what could be the equity dilution.
Yes, at this point of time we are keeping our options open, Lata, because we are evaluating obviously the cost of debt and equity through the offer that we will get through our bankers. So at this point of time, as I mentioned to you, it will be a structured instrument. Most likely it will have some debt component and some equity component. So to exactly give you the equity component today is going to be a little difficult, especially since some of that equity component may come through warrants or preference shares. So those are not pure vanilla equity anyways.
Okay, so delayed equity dilution perhaps. Okay, Keshav, then let's talk about expansions. First, starting from your numbers, it was a 13% growth in revenues and margins remain more or less flat year on year. Give us an idea of how the quarter was, how were room occupancies, how were average room rates, and how would you expect it will go in the current and coming quarter?
Sure. So basically the room rates have been more or less stable, but where we have found a slight improvement is in the occupancy rates. Lata, you're right that the margins have been more or less stable, and the reason for that is there hasn't been a significant expansion in room rates yet. However, in this quarter we are starting to see some momentum towards that, and as I mentioned to you the last time around, the real revision in room rates typically happen around October when the new rate contracts with our corporate clients start to kick in. And we're expecting some increases this year, and so margin expansion should start around that time. We are in the 60% range across the board now in occupancies. So that is a substantial improvement from about a year ago when we were in the 40% range. So definitely business has picked up, and that's the important part. Now it's a matter of for us to actually now negotiate certain rate increases from clients, and that's really where the margins will improve, as well as the number of, as well as of course your PAT, etc.
Right. Keshav, can you just give us an update on your capex? Then you have around 7 hotels which are under development. What is the status on them, and what are the launch dates for FY11, FY12?
Yes, sure. We expect actually about nearly 1,000 keys to come on stream within the next 12 months. And this includes the hotels that we've mentioned to you before in terms of Hyderabad, Jaipur, and some certain hotels in Hospet, in Shimoga and Mussoorie. Those are the hotels that will be coming up in the next actually almost 6 to 8 months. So by the end of this financial year, these are the hotels that will open up. We are in talks to open a few more under the management contract route as well. In the next financial year and after that, we also expect our Tanzania hotel as well as our large hotel in Mumbai to come on stream. So this is basically the phasing of our projects, but of course the bulk of it will come in this financial year.
Okay. What kind of a quantum leap that will mean in terms of revenues in FY10, in FY11, but more importantly FY12, since you say a large number of rooms will come on later on stream?
Absolutely. I think this year, of course, the impact in terms of the number of rooms will not be felt as much in this financial year, given that the rooms are coming up towards the last quarter. But there will be some sort of impact. But keep in mind we have about 1,300 keys approximately now, and maybe about another 1,000 keys or so to be added. So while we don't give any revenue forecasts, given that our industry is a little cyclical and sometimes difficult to predict given global scenarios which affect revenues, you can I think make an assessment and informed assessment given that there is a significant boost in the number of rooms that we're bringing on stream.
All right. Thanks a lot, Keshav, for joining us with all those thoughts. So that's some expansions coming in Royal Orchid. But